Sat Shri Akal, you all are watching me at Punjab Kesari Navodaya Times. I'm Namita Suchdev with you, and I have with me right now the most gorgeous actress in the industry, जो अभी सबकी real life अनारकली तो बनी गई है, I'm sure with Taj. So welcome, Aditi. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. Thank you so much.
So Aditi, if I may ask, like आपको मालूम है ना, अभी आप सबकी जिंदगी की real life अनारकली बन चुकी हो, नहीं?
You made my day. Thank you.
Achha, how was Taj offered to you? How did Ron and William contact you for this character? Because this could be one role for any actress, जो उनका एक dream role हो सकता है. Is it for you also?
ड्रीम रोल और थोड़ा सा डरावना भी
अच्छा.
क्योंकि मैं हमेशा भी मतलब एवर सिंस आई बीइंग आस्क्ड दिस क्वेश्चन आई एम लाइक अनारकली खुद जहां भी हैं वो शी मस्ट हैव सेड कि मधुबाला जी थैंक यू सो मच फॉर प्लेइंग मी आपने तो मुझे आइकॉनिक बना दिया सो टू एक्चुअली टेक ऑन दैट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट एंड जब एक्चुअली पहले दे केम टू मी विद दिस आई जस्ट न्यू दैट somebody was making this and I was told कि they want you to play Anarkali. I was like, are you crazy? No chance. And I was shooting a Tamil film and I went and I continued to shoot over there and I said, everybody's gone mad. And then Ron and William, when they were in Bombay, they came and met me and they sort of spoke to me about what they were making and how they saw Anarkali and I was just like, okay, this is not trying to be Mughal-e-Azam. This is a very different Anarkali. This is a very different story. It's quite actually kind of dark and dramatic and it's a very human angle to the story and उनका भी cultural context बहुत ही अलग है because they are not from here. And
Obviously.
we are looking at this global story about succession and of course there's love and betrayal and बहुत सारी emotions and so because they were dealing with it so differently I was like acha theek hai I mean let me do this and also I also felt like it was so thrilling maybe foolishly but yeah I'm like it's fine I think that agar comparisons bhi hongi I will take it with humility. I mean, it is true. I can be nowhere near Madhubala ji. She's iconic. And over the years, it's, we have grown up hearing about this and, she will always be the most iconic and Mughal-e-Azam is an untouchably perfect film. But ये एक अलग शो है, ये एक अलग कहानी है और ये एक अलग अनारकली है. एक it's literally a girl with a broken heart and a very fearless girl. And she is not depicted in this, almost unattainable goddess-like way. She's very flesh and blood and gritty almost, So it was such a different take on it that I was like, chalo, let's jump into the sea. And let's try and swim. And I did it. I also like really honestly I enjoyed working with the team, Ron, William, Simon, the DOP Simon. They were all so so excited by this story, by our story. It was fun.
But somehow, was there any pressure in the mind of Aditi playing Anarkali on screen? Because कहीं ना कहीं वो comparison तो आ ही जाता है. जैसे people have started comparing you with like Deepika Padukone, the Mastani of Bajirao, and on one hand with Madhubala ji, of course.
I never start doing something with that thought. My first thought was obviously of just respect for a piece of art, which is Mughal-e-Azam. To say that Mughal-e-Azam cannot be remade. Okay.
Absolutely.
And it's too iconic and too beautiful and too much in everybody's memory, as an iconic film. But they were not remaking Mughal-e-Azam. Once I knew that they were not remaking Mughal-e-Azam and this is Taj and it's a very different take on this story, I was like, I'll do it. And the thing is, today, when I'm being interviewed, people are reminding me that I will be compared. And, with a lot of humility, I will say that, to be compared to a legend
Hmm.
is something that, with folded hands, I will say I accept. Whether it is, I accept, and I have to accept with all humility.
Hmm.
But I'll also take it as a blessing. I'm being compared with a legend. Okay, thank you for the blessing. You know,
वेल अच्छा, मुझे ऐसा लगता है पर्सनली कि जब भी आप पीरियोडिक ड्रामा में कोई भी एक्टर या एक्ट्रेस स्पेशली काम करती है, तो सबसे बड़ा एक जो टेंशन और चैलेंज रहता है ना, वो हैवी कपड़े और हैवी ज्वेलरी पहनने का रहता है. तो ये रहता था नहीं?
my ears hurt because earrings are very heavy. That's the only thing. But
हाँ.
I'm also like, maybe I've gotten used to it. I also enjoy it. It's okay. I like it.
So sweet. अच्छा, पता है क्या? What I like the most about you is that innocence that comes from inside whenever you put the interviews and on screen as well, है ना?
Thank
So
you.
you do it so
I can
effort.
only thank my mother and grandmother for that.
अच्छा, did Ron ask you to take any reference from like any character or from the
Not
Mughal?
at all. Not at all. They had a very clear vision in their heads. They were like, Anarkali has green eyes, piercing green eyes, and a mole. I was like, where did you get that from? But I said, okay.
Uh-huh.
And what we did in many ways, and that was my makeup artist, Tanuja Dabir, and Anju Modi, who did the costume, and Gulecha, who gave us the jewelry. So it's all like real jewelry. And Tanuja felt that, Anarkali must have been from the northwest frontier, that area, Afghanistan, and, those areas. And we felt that, at that time, even though we think of them as these pristine, but they and they were very well protected in many ways. But that thing of having a little sunburn, having a little, because this girl who was captive would have gone and taken as much light as she could, literally. I mean, it was little details like that which she thought through, and she was like, I'm thinking of her like this. She won't always be, she will go and catch whatever light she can, and she will, because she's so delicate, she will get a sunburn. Little things like that, which we took the liberty of doing. And to have like dust or mud or whatever, on the face, and little things. Then Anju Modi and her costume, and she was very inspired by miniatures, because she has done this kind of work before. She wanted it to look a little different, etc., etc. I forgot what your question is. Basically, we went through this little process of um Tanuja doing this little this thing on how she would be, and son, this, that, Anju Modi did her. And then we told Ron that this is what we feel. How do you like it? And he loved it. And his main thing was that she must have these green eyes.
अरे वाह.
Piercing green eyes. He kept saying, piercing green eyes. We did many look tests for those piercing green eyes.
तो अनारकली के किरदार के लिए आपने भी कुछ एक्स्ट्रा एफर्ट्स और एक्स्ट्रा रिसर्च जरूर किया होगा, दैट्स फॉर श्योर. अपनी
हाँ
तरफ
जी.
अपनी तरफ से अदिति ने भी बहुत ज्यादा रिसर्च किया
एक्चुअली
होगा.
नहीं, बिकॉज मैंने एक्चुअली, मुझे पता नहीं, बोलना नहीं चाहिए शायद. आई शुड
Why?
फील लाइक मैंने बहुत हिस्ट्री बुक्स पढ़ी, बट
और
नहीं किया, क्योंकि एक तो इनकी स्क्रिप्ट अलग है, दूसरा अनारकली हिस्टोरिकल कैरेक्टर नहीं है, वो एक थोड़ी सी मिथिकल क्रीचर है, और थोड़ा सा हिस्ट्री है. मे बी देयर वाज अ गर्ल लाइक दिस हु वाज अ कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ मेनी ऑफ द concubines, but Anarkali per se is not in our history textbooks. And I think, when I read whatever it is that they had written, what I actually worked on was her lines and her dialogue, because I felt कि जो वो बोलना चाह रही है, that needs to be hard hitting, but also very poetic, because of the kind of person she is.
yes.
I had a bit of an issue with the Hindi dialogues that were written, and I really sat and worked at them with the team. And I did many calls with William and Simon, who are the writers, and Ron and Ajay ji, who was on set, who was writing the Hindi dialogue. I took help from Nasir sir, because I was very particular that what Anarkali is saying should have these two qualities. It should be sharp, And she should, she should be very fearless in what she's saying. And that's what I find interesting about her. But there is also a vulnerability to her, and there's also a tehzeeb. So, when she's talking to the emperor, she can't be rude. But she must stand by her love. She must be fearless, but she must have that delicate poetic quality also. I worked a lot on that, but इमोशंस पे आप मैं कितना मैंने आप इमोशंस को कैसे प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हैं? नहीं कर सकते,
बिल्कुल भी नहीं. और मुझे लगता है
that you have to just feel and flow with, I feel. And in many ways, the way that they have depicted Anarkali, she's just a girl in love who falls in love with a prince, and she stands up for that love, and she looks an emperor in the eyes and says कि आप मुझे जो भी punishment दो, I'll take it, but I will be loyal to my love. And what a cool girl. That's a vibe. It's a very cool vibe. I like that.
वेरी नाइस, सो क्यूट, सो स्वीट अदिति. वेल, एक स्टोरी तो हमें मतलब एक चीज तो पता ही है कि सलीम और अनारकली का जो इश्क था, जिसकी वजह से अनारकली को दीवार में चिनवा दिया गया था. तो क्या मतलब अदिति के साथ भी ये हुआ है?
यहाँ पे थोड़ी और क्रिएटिव लिबर्टी ले ली है मेकर्स ने. They've taken a lot of creative liberty, and also because ये love story नहीं है. It's not Mughal Azam. It is a succession to the throne, and I think Anarkali is a very important part of how these characters evolve, and that's why she's very important in the first season. But it's about a father and his 3 sons, and about family dynamics, politics, love, betrayal, loyalty. Everything.
Achha, now that you have played the character, है ना, with so much of course, you have done justice to the character, that I know personally. But then I want to ask, like, which traits of yours would you be able to match with Anarkali, with that of Anarkali in real life?
I have never thought about it like that, but I would say that even though people see me as this very vulnerable, that if you touch me, I'll break and whatever, they see me like that. And of course, it is a very large part of my personality that if, I cry very easily, but I also laugh very easily. And I'm also very fierce with my loyalty.
Okay.
I think in that way, maybe there's a similarity. And fiercely loyal. And if anybody messes with my people, I won't sit quietly. Yeah, I think that just that way. But I mean, it's so different. Our 16th century today, we have the space to do that, na? People are telling us to voice our opinions and to speak and to stand up for what is right. So it's very much a part of our generation and how we live. So, but people don't see me like that. But of course, I'm like that in my own way. I don't scream and shout, but I stand up for what I believe in. Gently.
Yes, absolutely. मुझे तो ऐसा लगता है अदिति को देखे कि बचपन में अदिति बिल्कुल टच मी नॉट बेबी रही होगी, दूर से बात करना सबसे.
No, I played in the mud. I played every sport. I was a sprinter. Nobody will believe it, but I was.
Okay. Acha, Aditi, I have seen in the recent times that you have got a really excellent scripts that are coming your way. तो वो आ रहा है या deliberately choose कर रहे हो?
100%. For me, it's not about how I'm dressed or whatever. It's the first thing is the director. No, it's not about कि मेरा look क्या है और मेरे कपड़े क्या हैं, और that is fun. Of course, it's fun. But for me, the first thing is the director. I love to work with directors who will challenge me, but also nurture me. I want to be a kid in a playground. I want to hang upside down in the jungle gym. I want to explore, take risks, be fearless. But also enjoy the journey and feel like I'm learning something, that I'm nurtured, I'm loved. But I'm being pushed. I love working like that. My first thing is the director. And I think for me, it's the biggest blessing when directors I love and respect pick me to be a part of their vision. So for me, it's that. Whether they, make me Anarkali, or they make me Mehrunisa, or they make me Leela, or they make me Samira, or any of these girls. It's about that journey, and I really, really enjoy that. And 100%, I pick those experiences, and for me, that's the most important. And it doesn't matter for me whether the girl lives in a village or lives in a palace. But it's the journey with the team, the creative team, and especially the director. I'm a director's baby, and I love surrendering to that vision. And great directors make you make you like, I don't know, it's amazing working with incredible directors. And when I say great, they could have done one film or they could have done 30, you know, but there's something very thrilling about working with incredibly uh, creative, challenging minds. I'm
Definitely.
very grateful for it, really.
Okay, so thank you so much,
Thank
Aditi,
you.
us, and I hope that great people are in this project. So this will be one of the greatest projects of this.
I hope so too. Thank you so much.